For those who haven't heard, there's kind of like a bit of a mini firestorm going on Twitter around a single client of Nvidia's that is called CoreWeave, which is like a GPU cloud company. So essentially, it's like, kind of like an Amazon Web Services, but just for reselling access to GPUs, and called CoreWeave. And Nvidia has invested in them, and the company has and bought a huge amount of GPUs. And so there's a kind of like a conspiracy theory, or that Nvidia basically would have, I think, been in line with guidance, been in line with guidance with street estimates, or just below, actually, if they hadn't had revenue from a company that they participate in funding. And then furthermore, that the most recent funding for the company comes from a list of Wall Street luminaries, names, big companies in Wall Street, but also kind of like a company whose name is a little bit infamous in Wall Street, which is Magnetar, or at least there's some, I don't know if they're infamous, but there's like some history there around the 2008 crash, where they had kind of like bought up a bunch of CDOs, and then toxic stuff, and then sold that to the market and as a bundle, and they were shorting their own IPO. So they have there's some kind of like history there that people are grabbing onto. And what I would say is, I'm not like deep on this. I don't think Nvidia has any incentive to go to jail. I don't think that Jensen has any interest in prison, and I don't think he has any reason to right now. He's certainly not desperate for buyers. There's a shortage of GPUs out there, and he could sell these things to anyone. And so if you remove CoreWeave as a customer, my guess is Nvidia's year is just fine. And there's no real change in the direction. The issue is that the part that resonates is that the background of these people at CoreWeave, they're all ex-hedge fund guys who made a crypto mining company and then pivoted and then dumped all their crypto and Ethereum and went all in on this GPU cloud stuff, which is really interesting from a timing perspective. But it's not like these are people who are like the former CTO of Google or whatnot, or people who have like a background. These are traders and portfolio managers and analysts like us, who are basically just in kind of like all in this area. And credit to them for having amazing timing. But it's really weird that Nvidia would get and Microsoft Azure would get so deeply involved with them. Why them of all partners to choose? It just seems like a bad choice of partner. Just sort of like there's sort of like some smell around it or whatever. And one of the more credible tech information news companies has like kind of reported recently that they're already turning around, and the insiders are selling $500 million of stock through, in a private sale, it's a privately traded company, through Morgan Stanley. So it's kind of like, it's a little, like there's definitely stuff in there that like the people presenting the negatives have, like the stuff around CoreWeave, it's just a little smelly. I don't think Nvidia did anything wrong. I'm not deep on this, and I don't want to say anything definitive, but I just think like it's more like a why that partner, like why partner with them, question mark, rather than anything else. There's just been this like race of capital raising in this area. There's just this race of venture capital running into this area to fund buying GPUs. Obviously, that's the enormous pile of revenue that's gone from 8 billion last year to it'll be something like more than 5 times that on a run rate basis next quarter in terms of AI revenue for Nvidia, in terms of chip sales, shortages. even while like everything else sucks. Smartphones getting revised down, and desktop computers getting revised down, and servers getting revised down, and everything getting revised down. It's like, and this is the one thing that obviously is being fueled by venture capital and private equity and companies like Magnetar and things like that, and who are like buying up access to GPUs. Is AI the future? Absolutely. But like, is this are we in this kind of like little overfueled bubble potentially?
Hey there, Hedgeye Nation, or if you're not part of Hedgeye Nation, thanks for watching Hedgeye on YouTube. If you haven't already, make sure to click on the button below there. Subscribe to our YouTube page. You can also follow the link in the description to our website to get even more great investing content.